Today, we're going to tackle a mystery that, let's be honest, hits close to home for almost everybody. Why your hard-earned money just seems to evaporate.
You know the feeling, right? You get your paycheck, you're trying to stick to the budget, you're doing all the right things to put money aside, but then you look at your account at the end of the month and just think, where did it all go? It's so frustrating.
Well, here's the thing. You are not going crazy. You're not imagining it. This isn't just bad luck or you messing up your budget. There's a very real, very powerful force at work here. And to make it all make sense, we're going to look at a super simple story.
Okay, let's get into it. This story about a sculpture is basically the perfect little parable for understanding the true, hidden cost of things in our own lives. So, picture this. A guy finds this absolutely amazing sculpture. It's perfect. It's exactly what he wanted. And the best part? The price is a total bargain, only $200. He's thinking, wow, this is the deal of a lifetime.
So of course, he buys it, he takes it home, puts it in the perfect spot, but, and there's always a but, isn't there? There was a catch, a little secret that wasn't on the price tag. See, to keep its amazing, brilliant shine, the sculpture needed a very special maintenance powder.
And here is where it all unravels. The bargain, right? That was the $200 he paid up front. But the secret? That little powder cost $75 every single month.
Okay, let's just do the math real quick. $75 a month, over a year, that's $900. You add that to the $200 he paid initially, and all of a sudden that cheap sculpture actually cost him $1,100 in the very first year.
And that just perfectly illustrates the lesson, doesn't it? The thing he thought was a total steal quickly turned into one of the most expensive things he ever owned. And of course, this story isn't really about a sculpture, it's about a fundamental financial trap that so many of us fall right into without even knowing it. So let's build on that. It's time we put a name to this whole phenomenon. And more importantly, it's time to figure out what the secret powder is in your life. We call this the invisible drain, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It's the collection of all those little, tiny, recurring costs that seem so harmless on their own, but together, they just silently bleed your wealth away. It's basically death by 1,000 cuts for your bank account. And you'll see this drain pop up in a few common places. First up, you've got maintenance costs. Think beyond just car repairs. What about the premium gas and higher insurance for that fancy car? Then there are subscription services. Yeah, we all think of Netflix, but what about that cloud storage you paid for once and totally forgot about? And finally, a big one, status keeping costs. That's that quiet pressure to get the latest phone, or lifestyle creep, where the more you make, the more you spend just to keep up.
Now, just being able to spot these drains, that's a huge first step. But the real power, the thing that can actually change your financial future, it comes from a really simple but profound shift in your mindset. It's about totally rewiring how you think about cost.
And here it is. This is the crucial difference. Most of us, we just see the price tag, right? The tip of the iceberg. We ask, how much does it cost to buy this? But the really important question, the one that actually builds wealth, is what is the total cost to own this? It's not about being rich, It's about being smart. And you can start using this way of thinking today. It's a really simple 3-step plan. First, find the powder. Go through and do an honest audit of all your recurring payments. Second, calculate the real total. Add up what it costs you over a year or 5 years. And third, decide with your eyes wide open. Now that you know the true price, is it actually worth it to you? Because look, at the end of the day, this isn't about being cheap or pinching every single penny. The real goal here is to stop the leaks. It's about plugging the holes in your financial bucket so that your money, your wealth, actually has a chance to build up instead of just constantly draining away. Which brings us to the final question, the one I want you to think about. Take a minute today and really ask yourself, what are the secret powders in your life? What are you paying for month after month without even realizing the true cost? Find them, and I promise you, you'll find your savings.